have once again Redbeard the Hippie back at you with all kinds of random shit that I got going on and everything else. Like, don't sit on a cactus. It's not the best thing for your ass. Not saying how that's the best thing for your ass, but there are far worse things out there that you get in your ass. Like, you get rear-ended while being a witch. Think of that. Let that sink in. See, and this is probably why I'm not allowed to do public speaking. Because for the simple fact, I'm going to speak and say whatever the hell I feel like saying, regardless of any of that. So that's probably why we are not publicly speaking to the public. Plus, the general public is kind of fucking stupid. I mean, if you've been to like Walmart, McDonald's, any kind of large public activity place, you will understand just how special they really are. Ugh. Or driving on the highway. Driving on the highway is probably the worst and where you see the most special people. Yes, granted, I follow all the guidelines and I don't ever listen to my music loud or almost run off the road because I'm trying to skip the stupid YouTube ad so I can listen to more music because certain parts of Nebraska and Kansas, let's see, the radio stations you get is the Spanish channel. I found one. I actually proceeded to listen to it for about 20 minutes. The Christian channels, and the Farm Report. So, needless to say, you got to find other things, but yet I can get signal on my cool little cell phone out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Let's see, we're going to turn this down just a little bit so we can. Okay, this way we can at least see the Iron Guts Kelly t shirt that I'm rocking today and not so much of all the random shit behind me, which we're going to continue to keep adding to. Probably going to need to put another shelf up above all this one, move some stuff around, reconfigure and calculate and move this desk around at some point in time. But this last week has been quite a challenge of a week because if you pay attention to me on Facebook, I did over 600 miles of driving through Nebraska and Kansas. 5 band interviews, 27 live videos, and a shit ton of photographs, probably close to like 800 to 1,000. This weekend I'm going to a memorial or a celebration of life, and there are a couple concerts in the area. Might hit depending on where my levels of pushing through could possibly be. And also, the way that I realize too is with doing this long enough now, I feel like I am not able to actually go to a concert without taking my camera gear. And the only times that I feel like I can go to a concert without taking my camera gear is a concert where they don't allow me to take my camera gear because they've got signs posted everywhere. Do not bring in these type of cameras. Do not bring, you can't have professional cameras, which I'm sorry. Just because you have a professional camera does not mean you're taking professional grade pictures. So just saying, not saying I'm a professional by any fucking means. There are photographers out there that I feel are way better than me. And that's not being humble or modest. It's just I really like their work, and I think they're always putting out incredible work. Like Fishbone Photography, uh photos by Dusty, photos by Dottie, Daniel Scott, films, P Wiz. Like for me, those are some of the photographer and Sarah Maple photography. Like those are some of the ones that I pay attention to quite a bit to see what they have going on, the different things that they're putting out. It's always a great thing to watch. So I don't feel like I'm better. Like there's a lot of them that are way better than me, in my opinion. And that's not being like humble, modest, or putting myself down. They just put out some really amazing work. And I'm not saying my work's not good. I'm just saying I don't they're gonna say otherwise because I ended up talking to uh Daniel Scott Films while I was in Wichita for a while. and really enjoyed the conversation. It was really cool because he was showing me his gear, and like we were talking camera gear and stuff, and he was showing me the cameras he uses and the lenses and everything. So I was able to like get in the mind of what he does, which for me was a really cool experience. And it's always fun just to talk with the other photographers that I like and follow. And I know there's more that I follow and I like, but those are just the ones that I can remember off the top of my head because I'm always checking out to see what they have going on. And it's it was a great time being able to talk to them. Being on the Austin and Aaron show was really fun because I've been following those guys and seeing what they've been doing for a while, and being able to be treated with such royalty and glam was really humbling and really amazing to be brought into that area with that type of love. And I mean, I thought it was super cool that they were going to or that they laid out some clothes for me. That was mind blowing right there. Granted, the other guy didn't know it and left it, and I managed on stealing it and dressing up like him. And we made a joke and we had some fun about it. And it was all in good fun. There's no harm. I hope his pregnancy goes good for him. Figure that one out. If you do, cool. That went down way too fast. And that's only a Pepsi. Should probably bust out to the water. The last couple days I have been my daughter decided, luckily this time it was 4 in the afternoon and not 4 in the morning like she typically does. When she decides she wants to be creative or wants to do something like rearrange her room at 4 in the morning on a Tuesday. God, I don't understand kids. But we were gonna clean up her carpet and do all that stuff. She spilled a couple pops on there. And she kind of goes, this isn't really coming out. Can we just rip out the carpet? And we kind of decided we were going to rip out the carpet. So we spent 2 days ripping all of the fucking carpet out. This shows the level of, and it was great because like I showed her how to rip it out, and we ended up proceeding to pull out the rest of the carpet today. And she ended up going through and she's now tearing up all the tack strips and all the staples for the foam that's underneath it, the padding, and just like really kind of took over doing it. And I sat there and watched and ended up trying to take a nap until she kept hitting me in the head with the broom. Keep in mind, my daughter is 14. She's not like she's like 4 like me when I was doing this stuff because my parents were cool and decided I needed to learn how to do this shit. Like learning how to write my ABCs, not with a pencil, not with a pen. But I vividly remember writing my alphabet in a piece of OSB board with a utility knife. But keep in mind, that was the 80s when you could actually do shit like that and you weren't going to get everybody called. I also played with a hatchet in our front yard, destroying a stump. Also, keep in mind, it was the 80s and my parents, let's see, the side of my vape mod has more of a point to it than what the hatchet they gave me to play with to cut up the stump. But it created work ethic and a severe destruction issue. My cat's over here trying to get all my attention. Granted, he knows that I'm doing the podcast, and I will lay down and he will just kind of ignore me until, like, he will lay next to me the whole time I'm watching a movie. 45 minutes, hour, whatever. Will lay down right next to me, nothing, no problems. And then the moment that I roll over to go to sleep, he is right in my face, hitting me with his paw, trying to get my attention. Of course, go figure. Who knows why that works and the way that it works. But also, we're a little ways into this podcast. There is, I keep hearing this banging. I'm trying to figure out what this banging is. That is my daughter upstairs with the pry bar popping up all of the tack strips because she wanted to get it done. So the fact that I'm perfectly fine with her playing with a crowbar shows creativity. Lets her do things. Sure as fuck makes it interesting if she decides to ever create a job in burglary. I will at least have been the one to teach her how to. Not saying that that's the best thing to do. Yes, Loki. Yes, I see you. Yes, I know you want attention. Yes, I'm trying to do my podcast. Yes, you need to just. Holy shit, he actually listened. Nope, he walked 2 feet, looked at me, and said, fuck you, and is now right back. So, speaking of shows and the way that we do the show flyer things, we're going to read off some of the flyers and then we'll go back into the conversations. So, first show flyer, the KZUM. It's at kzum.org, I believe. If not, there's some other videos. I'll be posting the flyers all tonight, tomorrow on Face 'em a Book and seeing what all is going on there. KZUM is a pretty big thing here in parts of Nebraska. They do a lot of benefits. They spin the local the bands, the local guys. It's a great time. John Cruz is a phenomenal friend and a phenomenal person to the music scene, and great all around dude. Still need to get up there sometime so I can get on his radio show. So I got to do some working on that one. Also in Wichita, we have the Let's Suffer Across Midwest supported by Waste, Hourglass, Everlost, and Cat's Claw. And that is at the Temple Live down in Wichita on April 26th of this year. So mark your calendars for April 26th. Also, shout out to Dollarhide. Those guys gave me props on my post saying that thanks, brother. Much love. Thanks for supporting the local guys. Well, someone's got to support the local guys because I mean, the local guys support me. So, I mean, I'm old school when it comes to this stuff. I'm not one of those new guys who's, okay, I'll do it, but you got to pay me this amount of money. Granted, money is always a great thing. Don't get me wrong on that. But money is the root of all evil and it makes you lose who you are in doing things. So the fact of the local guys let me photograph and record them. In turn, they share my content, which see, I'm getting them out to people and they are getting people towards me. So I mean, everybody's winning. If they pick up a couple fans and I pick up a couple fans, I see that that is time well spent. So thank you, Dollar Hyde, for the support and always showing love to me. And I'm hoping to catch you guys again soon because the one time that I saw you guys put on a killer fucking performance, and I had a great time hanging out with you guys and just chatting away. Especially when you're like, "We know who you are," and I was like, "I know who you guys are. I've been following you for a while." It was a cool thing. Also, Bell and the Bad Wolves will be at Wood Rock and Blues at 30B on March 6th at oh, that is in it's 302 North Main Street in Hudson, Indiana. So if you're in the Hudson, Indiana area, let them know you saw their flyer on my page. Be great appreciated. It shows that all this stuff is going to work. And also if you saw it on the podcast, let them know as well. Also, we have the Palestine War Relief Benefit at not 100% sure where this is. But it's got Jackoffs, True Lions, and Sounds of Minis. So that's gonna be a good time. Sounds of Minis is a badass band. I've done a reaction review video for them. Really like what they're doing. We also have the Candlelight Sessions. It's a live acoustic show featuring Brian Legit. Today at blah, 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 blah. Might need some more sleep. See, hinting why I'm dragging ass. And yes, I'm reading all this stuff because I kind of have to. It's Brian Legit with mostly covers and some originals. Uh and it's at Maloney's Live Music Venue at 162 West Broadway in Council Bluffs, Iowa. So there's that going on tonight, and it starts here in a couple hours. So I have to do also at Maloney's Live in Council Bluff. We also have on March 15th, which is tomorrow, with Whitmore, Tetrafuse, Escape the Eclipse, and I think there's one other band, but I can't figure out how to read it on this thing. Show doors at 7, show at 8. It's a 10 in advance, and it's at O'Malley's Live at 162 West Broadway, Council Bluffs, Iowa. This one is going to be slightly. We also have from Grim Entertainment. They have some upcoming shows. This one is March 3rd, and it's at the gym. Not 100% sure where the gym is, but it is with Scum, uh, Lex Hexmaster, Shadow, Snuff. Oh, it's the special guest, LSD and Lawless. So there's that going on. Also, there is Calico, and this one is where the hell is this one at? Here's the Heretic Social. Not 100% sure where this one is, but it's Curtis Calico with special guest Locksmith and Vinjay. Uh, Deb shirts, Ace Flow Spin Master. Oh, it's in Boise, Idaho, appearing at the Heritage Social Club. So Boise, Idaho. Oh yeah, I already got that one. They posted a couple of them. So we did a couple of we did some show flyers, so we're gonna get back into the talking. Uh it has been a little this has been kind of an interesting one because so far nobody has tuned in. Oh, there's also Ye Old Sketchbook is a sponsored spotlight for the Tri City Con. Also, if you haven't checked out what Tri City Con is, you should. It's in Grand Island coming up in a couple weeks, and it is looking to be like it is going to be a great time. They have a bunch of different guests, so I've talked to them about doing some photography there and possibly doing some interviews. So the more that I feel like when it comes to like the interviews, uh oh, we'll just talk away. I feel that when it comes to a lot of the times when it comes to the interviews, if you turn some people down because of whatever, like you got to have a good reason to turn down an interview, especially if somebody asks you if you'll do it. I mean, if there's like obviously time constraints and things, you kind of have to. But if you can set up a thing to do it online and being able to do that, then that works. But I don't think turning down people for doing interviews uh is a good idea. I try to get as many interviews as I possibly can, bands, artists, uh, just basically anything because I feel that that gives uh, a lot of people don't cover the underground music or they only cover like certain events and or certain people, and I feel that that is really a a negative way to look at the scene and different things like that. And if you're only looking at making it famous, uh, to be famous and you only want to interview the people, you got to start somewhere. And even with being able and having the opportunity to talk to some people, some of the bigger name bands and being able to do some interviews with some of the bigger name bands, it's one of those things, if you treat them like people, it goes way further. Like, when I was talking with, the guys from Insight, their vocalist is actually Max Cavalera's son, and without letting him like, I let him know that I knew, but without saying that I knew and made it more about him because he puts on a hell of a stage show, and he's up there moving and jumping around. And I made a comment about, he might know a couple people that he learned some stage tricks from, and he just got this big smile on his face, and he's like, "Yeah, I know a few." So it was kind of one of those where it's like I let him know, but he also got a big kick out of it because without making the big deal about it, it kind of. And then we ended up talking. We ended up getting on the subject of snot and Lynn Straight, and I showed him my ringtone. He thought that was the coolest thing because he didn't think a lot of people remembered who that was. And the album, the Get Some album, incredible album, really great music. And like Gurod from south of France, got to talk to those guys when they were here. Uh like Goat Whore. I've ended up talking with some of the guys from I Hate God. And I think that ended up just kind of like one time I was at a show in Salina, Kansas. We're gonna do some throwbacks here really quick. I was at a show in Salina, Kansas, and I used to go to this venue all the fucking time. I mean, one, I played there some, and two, they always had great bands coming through. Well, they had an off night for a tour one time, and that was actually kind of odd. My phone went to go ring and didn't ring. So, uh, odd thing. But ended up going to this concert. There wasn't a whole lot of people there, but ended up hanging out with all the bands. Like I got signatures from all the bands because it was funny because I'm hanging out with them and I'm talking with them and I'm chatting with them, and suddenly it's uh I see him up on stage. So it was like Suicide Silence and Skeletal Witch and bands at that time that were starting to really become or coming into their own, and hanging out with them and doing all that stuff. It They got really excited the way that, like, I don't know, it was like I was hanging out with friends. I'm just talking, I'm chatting, we're having a good time. And then I see them up on stage and it's like, dude, I didn't even realize anything. And they're like, you had no idea. I was like, no, I was here for the music. This is a lot before like all the internet and stuff. So you didn't always know who the bands were. So I was like, I'm out here a lot. So I catch a lot of different bands. And it was just really cool being able to catch those bands before. And like Suicide Silence shortly after that show was on like all the big tours and everything like that. It was right before they really blew up. Like if this says anything of how long ago or long it was, Mitch did not have the blackouts on his knuckles. Like he hadn't blacked those out, so he still had the words on it, which right there says how long ago that was. But it was a really cool time, and like I ended up getting all their autographs and hanging out with them. They thanked me because I was just hanging out with them like they were normal people. And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, just because you're in a touring band or you're in a band, yeah, I can fanboy, but at the same point in time, if you treat people like they're people, it's going to go a lot longer and further than if you like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like you can do that at the beginning and then be like, oh my god, okay, I got that out of my system. Hey, I'm so and so. I was wondering if I could sit down and do like a quick interview with you guys, ask some questions, do it for my YouTube channel. If not, that's cool. I figured I just wanted to offer. And like when I talked to the guitar player for uh Goat Whore, it was really cool. Like I'm sitting there shooting shit with him, and I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of this local YouTuber. I'm not overly famous, but I try to interview bands and take photographs and do all that stuff. And I was wondering if I could have the opportunity to maybe like do a quick interview with you and some of your band members." And he thought just the way that I was talking to him and apparently it impressed him. And we ended up doing the interview, and it's been one of my best uh, videos so far. So, or it's got one of the most views of videos for so far. So, like that to me is a really cool thing. And those guys are some of the nicest people on the planet. They're really cool. They don't have that rock star dickhead mentality that some of these people do. Oh, That thing's moving all over the place. Let's see. We're gonna do some more flyers really quick. I ended up just getting a message from my dad, so I gotta see what the hell he's sending me. Oh, I so want to be retired. Like, I'm at the point I'm done. I can retire right now. Like, I want to be because he just sent me a picture from the Royals in the Diamondback baseball game in Arizona. He lives in Kansas. That says anything. Sends me a picture of it. Hey, at the game, Royals won. Thanks, Dad. Ugh, I am so ready to be retired. Like, completely over it. Completely over the work thing. Uh, yes, I got to take a moment to send a message really quick. I'm kind of all over the place. See, okay, that message is sent back to the Flyers. So we're gonna do the Flyer thing again. Let's see. All right, real Yotes copyright with. Okay, so real Yotes is playing somewhere. I don't know. Oh, Big Papa's Grill at 213 Fifth Avenue S. I don't know where that is exactly, but if you're in the area, go check it out. And that's June 8th. So maybe we can get some updated flyers. Might have to just kind of send out a little message to him and be like, hey, can you start putting like addresses, cities, and states on it? It'd be greatly appreciated. Because we're trying to read all these things off. I don't know where. Oh, good Lord. This one, we're just going to sum it up and make it easy. This is the Grave Huffer section because Grave Huffer is notorious for posting a shitload of flyers, which is amazing and epic all in its own. Because obviously, let's see, March 29th at the Black Throne Pizza and Pub in Joplin, Missouri, they will be there. April 12th at the Iron Horse Records in Vanburgh, Arkansas. April 13th at Growlers in Memphis, Tennessee. April 27th at the Vivo Live Event Center in Overland Park. May 17th at the Cobra in Nashville, Tennessee. They're going to be Saturday the 18th at Lafayette, Indiana at the Doom Room. They will be at the Shamrock Lounge in Wichita on May 31st, June 1st at the Bottleneck in Lawrence, back June 20th at Blackthorn Pizza Pub in Joplin, and June 21st they will be at Growlers Records in Arlington, Texas. They have a lot more dates going all the way up to September. So we're going to just read a few of them. Again, for the first time is a band. That is the band name. Again, for the first time. They will be at the Steeple Brewing Company Friday, March 15th at 7 o'clock in Hastings, Nebraska. This band has a really cool sound. I'm not usually one into going to uh, I'm not per se a real Christian rocker. Uh, Not saying that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not really my forte. But this band has a dual vocal system, one male, one female, and they have a really cool sound. And I like how they do things. The message that they have behind it, it's really good with the music. It's not overly like some of the Christian bands are kind of preachy at times. We all know it. This band I really liked. I thought they put on a great set, and they also have one of the funniest things that has ever happened, knowing that they are a very Christian rock band. And suddenly, I'm talking to the female vocalist after their set, and suddenly drop it like it's hot comes on. Or like to or no, which that window, to the wall, till sweat drops on my balls, till all you bitches crawl. I want to skeet, 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 motherfucker. That song comes on right after they get done playing, and I just start laughing. I go, "This is a first. I have never seen a Christian band followed by this." And they're like, "Well, after listening to this, we can still save you." And I start laughing even more, thinking that's the funniest thing. And like they made the joke about it, about how a lot of the preachy bands are. So it was a really cool thing and really made me laugh. So if you're in Hastings, Nebraska, go ahead and check out the again for the first time at the Steeple Brewing Company. I need to figure out what brewing company the company I work for cuts signs for. I might have to go ask and be like, "Hey, who's this company that we cut signs for?" Like, "Hey, they got shows going on. Get me in for free." No, I'd still pay the cover. I just make the company pay for it. Yeah, like that's gonna fucking work. No, I figured I'd have some fun with it. See if I can try to get in. Be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, they got a show coming up. There's again for the first time, is gonna be playing there." I don't know if that's who we cut for, but well, we'll just see. And also, again, for the first time, we'll be in the Upper Room Brewery in Kearney on Saturday, March 16th. So they're doing 2 nights, couple shows the uh in the Midway in the Kearney Lincoln area. So that's gonna go ahead for this little quick run of show flyers. I want to keep yakking about all kinds of stuff. It's kind of odd that nobody's tuned in, or it shows that nobody's watching this, but hey, you never know. There might be people watching, it's just not registering. I don't know, but see, this is where it shows true dedication and me keeping to my word, regardless of if people are tuning in or not. I'm still going to do my weekly podcast. I'm still going to do my uh my show flyers, because I feel that if I say that I'm going to do something, then that is something that I need to make sure that I do, regardless of it. Regard now, if on Monday I post that I'm going to do it on Wednesday, and suddenly, or on Thursday, and suddenly by Thursday I have contracted uh COVID 87 or whatever the fuck we're on. If I make a post and go, "Hey, look, man, look, everybody, I can't do my podcast tonight. You know, I got COVID. I can't stay awake. I can't fucking breathe. There's no way I can talk for an hour or an hour and a half or whatever I talk for." So there's the whole thing that if I say that I'm going to do something, I need to make sure that I follow through with my words or do it the best that I can. I still have an email that I got to fill out, and I feel horrible because I haven't been able to fill it out because I've been trying to work on on photos and videos and doing stuff with the kids. And the few nights that I was like, "Okay, I'm going to go sit down and work on this while the videos are editing and while I'm getting them uploaded, I can work through this." And suddenly we're ripping carpet out of the kid's bedroom, which is probably one of not the thing that my kid did. The I fucking hate when people will sit there and they will put carpet over hardwood floor. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this is amazing hardwood floor, stained, finished, everything, and you put fucking carpet over it. Pisses me off. If you don't like the hardwood floor, put a rug down. I mean, I think there's only about one more room, maybe two. Actually, I think if I do this right, I'm gonna check in my room. If I do this right, I might actually be able to rip all, but I'm pretty sure that there's no hardwood floor in the kitchen, because why would they be hardwood floor in the kitchen? There's fucking carpet in there. They carpeted the goddamn bathroom. They had carpet and like 4 layers of fucking tiles. That shit took forever to pull out of the bathroom, and that thing flooded, and I had to tear into it and redo the entire floor. And some of the tiles that they had on there were goddamn gross. Not like in like, ew, there's mold and it's stinky and shitty and gross. No, it was like fucking baby shit green. Like, who decided that that was a great color to put on the floors in the goddamn bathroom or on the color of the wall or the wallpaper? Like, some of these interior designers need to understand that some things don't look fucking cool. Like, I'm sorry, if you have a 9-year-old daughter and her favorite color is fucking pink, do not paint her bedroom pink. And we're not talking like any color pink, like some little pink accents. I get a pink accent wall, like a light pink, where it's like that little rose color. It looks cool that way, not fucking Pepto Bismol pink. And anybody who knows what Pepto Bismol pink is, you know that the moment that that fucking sun hits the east side of that house and it hits that room, it illuminated into the living room. And my boss comes in. I'm outside cleaning up stuff. He comes in and goes, "What the fuck did you do in there?" I go, "What do you mean, what did I do in there? I didn't do anything. I got all the paint shit. I'm out here cleaning. It's going to take me like 30 minutes." I go, "What do you mean, what did I do?" He goes, "Why is there pink all over the goddamn wall? Like, I told you to be careful." I was like, "You painted the room, for one. Two, I didn't go through the living room. I was painting in the basement." He go, "Oh, yeah." So we go up there and he's like, "Okay, now this is what I'm seeing." And I look at it and I start laughing. I walk over and I shut the door and all the pink in the living room goes away. And he just goes, "Oh, huh. Wonder if we should tell the homeowners about this." I was like, "Hey, that's your call, but I would highly recommend doing that before they show up, because when they do and they see that, they're going to be pissed just like you were." So who knows? We've also, yeah, so far we're starting to kind of trying to make it through this podcast. Like I said, I've got this weekend. Let's see, last weekend we went to Wichita. This weekend I got Salina for a memorial for my friend's father, who rest in peace, the Yum Yum Boo Boo man. The only guy that would say Yum Yum Boo Boos on everything and no one knew what he was talking about. Huge heart, great guy. And so I'm going back for that because he was where I used to practice. At his house is where the band practiced at. And so I always thought Paul was a good guy. The Yum Yum Boo Boo King. And so I'm gonna go back and see them and pay my respects to Paul because, like I said, Paul was a great dude. There's a couple photograph things that I'm gonna do while I'm in town, and then I think I have an opportunity to go catch another band, and some of that is going to just be on how I'm feeling at that moment in time. If I want to go record more stuff, or if I just need to get home so I can work on the stuff that I have. The following weekend, I'm going to my daughter's house where I'm going to go have a drink with her because she suddenly is turning 21 and suddenly I need to go have a drink with her. Yo, what up, Jamie? So, yeah, I'm going to go have a drink with her on her 21st birthday. I am not going to say what our plan is, but our plan involves humor and fuckery that we will have to say with what goes on. Because you got to keep in mind, one, it's me, and two, it's my daughter. And there's times where she's a miniature version of me, which is extremely scary. Oh, so we're gonna end up going up, having a drink, go watch the new Ghostbusters with her. I think my youngest daughter is gonna be going up with us to go hang out with her girl and do the whole birthday thing. So it's looking like it's going to be an interesting time. And we're just going to kind of see where that goes. I don't think I'm going to be there because she's wanting to go out on her actual birthday for like the partying and going out with friends and the boyfriend and some of the family to the bar. And I'm like, you know what, kid, you know, this isn't my scene anymore. I go, I don't want to be that old grumpy guy who's sitting at the bar like, it's 9 o'clock. Last call, motherfuckers. I'm going home. I'm tired of this shit. And I'm not gonna like I don't party with them because I mean, one, damn near 40. I've already done all the partying lifestyle. Don't want to do that again. And yeah, I know. Not so much old. I'm just more responsible now because like if I've got my youngest one with me, it's not much fun to just leave her at the house. So she can hang out with the cat, even though my youngest would probably get a kick out of just hanging out with the cat. And so yeah, I just kind of more or less going up there, having the one drink, having some fun, watching a movie, or going to. We've been doing this for like 5 years now. Of on our birthday, we go and see a movie together. So I'm still older than you by about like 2 millennia. And so we're gonna go hang out, do that stuff. I got her some birthday presents, but I'm not gonna fucking say what's on here because I called her up when I was coming or when I was driving. And what up, Sarah? I'll take 31. I'm 31 years old. My daughter turns 21, and well, depending what you made, usually it would work for that. But where was I going? 21 drinking daughter. Oh yeah, and then the following weekend there's Tri City Con and going to Kearney for a gig for Ritz and Nebraska Holics. And there's some other bands on that bill which will be mentioned in the show flyer section here in a bit. Oh, so yeah, for most of March is completely fucking booked. Or actually all of March, every weekend is booked. And I try not to do back-to-back weekends because they are extremely hard on me to bounce back from. And it's not so much just the old thing, it's just I spent all weekend running and then driving and then trying to drive back. At a couple points it got a little interesting trying to drive on. And so yeah, you kinda get to a point where you're like, okay, I gotta this way I can get all my stuff worked on. But then also at the same point in time on the 30th with the Tri City Con. So literally, if I could possibly somehow manage on pull this playing Left for Dead. Ooh, I haven't played that in a while. But yeah, so basically what if I pull this like there's certain things that I just baffle myself that I can do. Like most people, if they go for a weekend, they're gonna hit one show on one night, one show on the next night, and that's just kind of how they work. But I'm like, okay, there's 3 shows in this area. I'm gonna try to hit all 3 of the shows, and I'm going to try. And I think that's what puts the level of work in that I have, and also shows exactly how fucking stupid I can be at times. Where it's like, yeah, I can do this, and then suddenly I get home and I realize all the workload that I just made for myself. But I also feel that I need to cover as many bands as possible because it gives every band an opportunity. Kind of the same reason why I feel like I need to take my camera to everything. Like I can't just show up to an event and not have my camera. It I feel that that would be the wrong thing to do unless it's like a big paying gig or a big gig where I'm going to the gig as dad and not as Redbeard the hippie. And those gigs are way more important to just be dad. And plus, I don't think Lamb of God or Pantera really gave a shit if I didn't have my camera. So there is that. But like a lot of the local bands all know who I am. So I'm pretty sure if I showed up without my camera gear, they're going to be like, okay, did you get robbed? 2, who'd you piss off? And 3, where's your camera stuff? Oh, geez. Yeah. I'm not celebrating my birthday this year. My dad said that I don't have to, so I'm no longer celebrating my birthday this year. I'm actually going to a dual concert, 2 night extreme metal fest thing at the Cosmic Brewery in Lincoln, Nebraska. Is the plan? We're gonna see how well this old ass body holds up doing that. So let's see what other ones we got. We've got Hand of the Tribe has the song Here Again. They posted that on the flyer one, so oh, I love being a respectable human being who has all this knowledge in radio and all this other shit. Who says all the appropriate things? That's it, screw it. I'm going to have barbecue chicken. Podcast is over. Going over to Sarah's house. We're having barbecue chicken. Probably let me come over, even though I don't know where to live. Don't put the address on here. We don't need people knowing. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm fixing for dinner tonight. Uh, should come to think of it, the kids haven't even said they're hungry, so maybe I can sneak by without telling them. Uh, I just let them know there's hot pockets and some pizzas in the deep freeze. They can have at it. I'm going to take a shower and I'm going to bed. and going to get barbecue chicken after I go get more pop because these kids drink pop like it's nobody's business. You need to start cutting them down. But I also need to do better than that because if I'm going to cut them down, I probably shouldn't have two sitting in here while I'm recording videos. Just saying, just saying. Also, the Legacy of Music presents April 6th at the Blackthorn Pizza. There is the less fortunate Why Bother Chimeras and oh god. Oh, bear with me really quick. I'm trying to figure out what the hell this last name is. Decrepit Kingdom, I think might be the name. Also the second red rummed page. Check those out. That was recommended by Self Made Records LLC. Also, okay. So apparently on Facebook they had something where it was like posting dual of the same things. So we've got certain let's see. We have March 29th at the Reverb Lounge. We have this is my new song, Can't Wake Up. Yeah, I need to go check that out. Uh Vixkra, Before We Die, the hi-hats, Saltwater Sanctuary. So that is at the Reverb Lounge. I'm not 100% sure where the Reverb Lounge is, but pre-sales 10, day of show is 15 and it's an all ages and the doors are at 7. Let's see, Women of Rock, March 23rd at Boogie's West. There's a little QR code that you can scan. It's not going to do a damn bit of good on here, but the Women of Rock Flashback Edition, Saturday, March 23rd, featuring special guest, School of Rock. The flyer will be on my Facebook page. We also have the March 15th, the St. Patty's Day Slam with Mark Miller, John Woodson's Leg from the Pariah, 19 Never, and Cesium, maybe? Probably butchered that name. That is at Barleycorns in Wichita. Oh, Lord, you people. Oh, there we are. Okay, so we will hop off the pointing left, of course. Oh, let's see. We'll hop off the show flyers for a little while. We'll figure out what else to talk about. Obviously, we're talking about food, so I am no Food Cooking Network person. Probably a good idea that I wasn't because there's no way I could be on Hell's Kitchen. You call this? You call yourself a chef? The funniest one was uh when I saw the Gordon Ramsay one where he was cooking against his mom and his mother was like, "You took that out too soon." You see him running back, like he checks it, runs back to the stove and puts it or the oven and puts it in, and she just happens to kind of look in and goes, "Okay, mine's done." Takes hers, takes hers out, sets it there, and he was so pissed because hers was perfect and his was still kind of mushy. And it's like, okay, mom still got one up on Gordon Ramsay. So, oh no, you gotta have pineapple on the pizza. You get some barbecue sauce on there, some pineapple, and some pepperoni. Fucking amazing. Fortunately, my kids don't. Only one of the kids likes that style. The other one likes the barbecue chicken pizza. That one's always good too. But I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my children though. My children don't like stuffed crust. I don't know what's wrong with them. One likes stuffed crust. She's the normal one. The other two are the weirdos. I didn't even get a from him on that one. Probably because he knows that I'm doing my podcast and I'm saying things just to see if I can. No, but my kids don't like stuffed crust. I don't know what's wrong with them. They will eat pizza like it's nobody's business. I wasn't a big fan of CC's Pizza. They did have a pizza, like you could get a pizza there that had pickles on it. My daughter got that one time, and I thought when she sent me a picture of it, keep in mind she's like, oh, I think she was like 14 or 15 or something like that. She sends me this picture of it, and she goes, look what's on my pizza. I go, are you pregnant? I got told, no, I am not. Stop being a jerk. And there's something mentally wrong with you, Dad. Seems to be the general consensus with these kids. They think something's wrong with me up here. I can tell you exactly what is wrong with me. I'm me. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I know when to say things. I know when not to. Uh, like I learned that certain things I am no longer going to be talking about because I don't feel that Dad's gone crazy. I wasn't crazy. Well, I take that back. I was slightly crazy before all my kids. Now I'm just a little bit more special. Special. Somebody give me a helmet. I'm gonna go over here and eat the green paint chips because they're the best ones. The green paint chips and the blue ones and any of the ones that have the cool little lead in it. So then when I shit, I can say I got the lead out and I can move faster. My parents never understood that joke until, well, I never understood the phrase "get the lead out" until I came up with that idea that it must have been from eating all the paint chips and they're just trying to get me to poop. So, and speaking of poop, we are trying to bring back a new phrase. Yeah, well, it's not a new phrase, it's an old phrase, but we're trying to resurrect it from the dead. And the phrase is stop being a butthole or anything involving a butthole. Don't be a butthole, stop being a butthole. You're acting like a butthole, you are a butthole. We have figured that that is the being a butthole is the in between being a jerk and being a prick. You're being a butthole. So, like, this way you can kind of check yourself and get back to where you need to be. So, I am a butthole. I can be a butthole. I can also be an asshole. I can be a dick. I can be a prick. I can be a bastard. I can be a fucker. Uh, certain times, I can be a motherfucker. Only if the person has kids. But that's a whole different story for a whole different realm. It's really fun when somebody goes, "You're a motherfucker." Yes, I am. Wait, huh? Wait, how do you? Hey, the girlfriend's got kids. She's a mother. I'm fucking her. Therefore, I'm a motherfucker. And they're just like, "Oh my god." Oh yeah, the barbecue chicken pizza is good. I haven't had a barbecue beef in a long time. Barbecue beef's one of those ones where it's like I would rather have the barbecue beef on the sandwich than I would on a pizza. Because usually when they do like barbecue beefs, it's like this little ice cream scoop and they're like, so it's got these like chunks of barbecue beef. It's not like spread out throughout the thing. If they did that, it would probably taste better. But yeah, definitely anything barbecue. If I go someplace and I find a barbecue restaurant, hands down, I'm gonna go eat some barbecue. Especially if they got like pulled pork sandwiches, dude. I'm done. I'm over it. Like you get pulled pork at the right place in the right way. Like one of my buddies, Hannibal Hopper, he was big into grilling and cooking stuff, and he would make like we always love doing shows with certain bands, especially when they're like, dude, food's being provided by Hopper. And we're like, oh, we're going to eat half a plate and then we're going to save the other half. And then we're going to go take a nap after the first half. So, like, this way we can get our nap in. And then we can go do the show because his food is fucking amazing. But then also at the same point in time, I found out how he got the nickname Hannibal Hopper. He used to be a roadie for a band called Steel Toe. And in Steel Toe, they had Chewy, Chainsaw, Hefe, and Steve. I don't know if Steve ever had a cool name, but I know that those were the nicknames for three of the four members. Well, they figured that if they crashed in a snowstorm and somebody died and they needed to, like, somebody needed to survive, Hopper was the one who would kill somebody and barbecue him. So they nicknamed him Hannibal Hopper. So, but he's a good dude. I've eaten a lot of his food. I'm pretty sure, like, usually he would post pictures before he did this stuff on Facebook. So I'm pretty sure the pictures are what he was actually cooking. I hope it was actually what he was cooking. If not, he makes some really cool long pork. So, I mean, I didn't know it was human or not. I never thought I would ask him either because I didn't want to be on the menu the next week. You're like, where'd Hippie go? Oh, I don't know. He's over here at Hoppers. Asked him if he was cooking humans, and suddenly Hippie's gone. We don't know where he's at. Maybe he got eaten. Let's not ask. Let's just eat. Hoppers got food. Fuck it. I think I sounded like a Bill Clinton there all of a sudden. Oh, Bill Clinton. I don't know. Yeah, well, I could have been sound like one of the presidents. This is all I gotta do is just talk like this. I don't know where I'm at. And the sky is purple and green is the color of the sea and stuff like that. Like, I don't know where I'm talking about. Like, water is delicious for putting out water. Hey, look, I can just be a next State of Union address. Sign me up. I'll be a writer. In order to be a writer for the president, all I need is 2 joints, whole lot of alcohol, and a head injury. And I'll be able to write him a speech for the ages. Or there's going to be a whole lot of scribble artwork on the side and probably me laying in a pool of vomit and piss because I got so fucked up. Who knows? We'll just have to see. Somebody better record that so that I can at least figure out what the fuck I was writing. I'd just be more impressed if he could read it. I remember how some of my writing under heavy alcohol use was. When will you? Oh, I know you make your own pizza. You make all your own food. When will you become president? When I run. And my running campaign is I promise you nothing. Therefore, you can't get mad when I don't accomplish a goddamn thing. See, I may have this actually figured out on how to run, but I would also love to be able to run at like a state level. I just think it'd be cool to get on like the speeches in the bill, like the speeches thing and like the public speaking just one time. Show up in my regular, well, I'd have to change my t-shirt so it's one of my like more appropriate work stained t-shirts. Hopefully sometime soon when I listen to that. But I would love to sit there and do one of the speeches wearing my work attire, minus certain things. Change my shirt, make sure it's something appropriate. Like if your urine is the color of this T-shirt, and on the back it says you need to drink more water. It's one of my favorite T-shirts to wear at work. I don't know why. I'm fucked up like that. Not saying too much. My dad was the one that approved it for the cross country team. So I wonder where I get it. I think I figured it out. But I would love to get up there and be like, okay, cool. Congratulations. Sorry I'm late. I just got off work and I was trying to find this damn place. Let's give a round of applause for everyone that has spoke before me. Did anybody, and get everybody clapping now. Did anybody know what the fuck they were talking about? Because they used a whole lot of big words and I didn't understand half of them. I'm not a stupid man, but when you use these words together, it does not mean what you think it means. It's like inconceivable. It's inconceivable. I don't think you know what that word means. So, I mean, I think it'd be fun to throw a big ass monkey wrench in. If I make t-shirts, hopefully in some point in time I can get some merch going. I have been looking into some of those options, but so far nothing's really caught my attention. I've had numerous bands asking me. Well, I don't know. I think it'd be even funnier if they go, "Did you have sexual relations with that woman?" "No, but I fucked that one right there." That's the candidate's wife. Oops, my bad. But yeah, I did not inhale. I merely toked. No inhale, man. I never. Nope. Fuck it. I inhaled. I did all the drugs except for those ones. And the horse tranquilizer. Did not take that. Yeah, I would. I think it'd be funny. I'd probably get assassinated. And I missed the fucking trash can with my water bottle. Yeah, I'd probably get assassinated. They'd be like, this dude fucking weird. He's gonna get Biden to run for his money. But then just arguing with Biden up there, like, no, the rooster makes the moo sound. I definitely have. That would definitely be a possibility of something. It's the only way to make sure. It's the way I like it. See, exactly. This way, I mean, there's a certain generation that would get a kick out of it. It'd be like all kinds of comedians getting up there and just being goofy as hell. And I think some of the other things, like, is there anything that you're trying to hide? Well, if you haven't figured it out now, why the fuck am I going to tell you that there's anything I'm trying to hide? What are you looking for? What do you know that I may not? Did you find those bodies yet? Oopsie. Let's get back to the conversation at hand. So yeah, I think some of these speeches and all these things are just such a fucking numbnut clusterfuck in the first place. Pardon my language, but I frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, where or the thing, get a hold of Rage Against the Machines and be like, look, I know what you guys stand for. I love your music. I am going to be doing political runs, and I would like to use this song as my entrance thing. Yes, I know that it was wrote for this. No, I do not have any political background. Yes, it is about fuck the system. I am trying to buck the system. So could I please use your song? And I think that would be hilarious if they would let me. Like, out of the one band, be like, how did you get this? Dude, I'm a fucking metalhead. Like, not like one of these like posers. Like, I'm in the system fucking shit up. Like what they're trying to do. I now have the power to help achieve what they're trying to achieve. So yeah, being able to use a Rage Against the Machine song would be just iconic and hilarious as all hell. And either my neighbors outside are talking or my son is talking to himself. Not 100% sure which one it is. So yeah, plus just think of them trying to cruise like peruse through like all the podcasts and the live streams and everything. Like, we need to find something he said that's offensive. Shit, that shouldn't take very fucking long. He said fuck 97 times. In how long? In 45 minutes. Oh, well, that's not too far out of the average of construction worker and a general labor. Uh, or a person who works in a factory setting. That seems to be a pretty accurate usage of the word. Like 97 is a fairly good amount. Now, if he did like 476, I want to know what other words he's using. So there would be that. Also, oh yeah, I can't forget these ones. We have Serpogenous, a gore grind band. Don't call them anything else. They don't like it. We have Pussy Destroyer, Rotten Aura, which those guys I got a chance to sit down and talk with. They're really cool. And Monador and Dark Apostle. So those are March 23rd at Barleycorns. That is Rotten Aura's uh first concert. So I think what I'm gonna do for their day when I'm up hanging out with my daughter, I'm gonna take a picture of the shirt that I bought from them because they knew I wasn't gonna be able to make it down, but I still want to support them. So I ended up buying a t-shirt while I was down there. They're like, these are limited runs. We're doing this. And I was like, hey, that's really awesome. I appreciate it. Let me be able to buy this ahead of time because they're like, it's only available at the first show. So no pre-orders, but they hooked me up. Still bought my t-shirt. Area 51. Well, I'm not giving you an answer. What I am doing is I am taking every one of the people that I know. We're going to Area 1 and we're going to go have fun. Except for that one person. We all have that one person that we can't take to Area 51 for two reasons. Either A, they're going to touch everything, or if anything is living in there from other places, they're going to try to fuck it. So you can't. There's that one friend, and for some reason, the one friend does the two same things. Like you can't take them anywhere because they're going to touch everything, or they're going to try to fuck everything. So yeah, and I want to know where the fuck my flying car is. That's the only thing I want to know. I want to know where the fuck my flying car is. I don't give a shit about the time machine. I just want the flying goddamn car and the hoverboard, like the actual hoverboard. None of this like two-wheel hoverboard bullshit that they're trying to pawn off as a fucking hoverboard. We grew up in the '80s. We saw Back to the Future. I want one of them goddamn hoverboards. Bastard sons of bitches. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna win. We're gonna take over Area 51 and we're getting hoverboards and flying cars. And if you can't figure out what bathroom to go in, you don't get a flying car or a hoverboard. Kiss my ass. You don't like it? Tough shit. Do you have a CD slot or a dangly? That's the bathroom you go in. I don't give a shit if you identify as the other thing. That is the bathroom you go in. If you have neither and you're anatomically correct as a Kindle, I want to know where you pee out of. So just let me know with that. I don't need to see it. I just want to know where. Uh, Also performing live March 26th, Imagine at the Dexter Park in Clay Center, Kansas. And yes, I have to say Clay Center, Kansas, because there is also a Clay Center, Nebraska, which they're not playing in Clay Center, Nebraska. They are playing in Clay Center, Kansas, which is quite an interesting drive, especially when you are a month after back surgery and they ask you to come fill in for their vocalist at the time. And they give you a 48-hour notice. So you go down there and rock it with them and have a great time. So yeah, I'm kind of like this unofficial member of bands. It's great, especially when they call me up on stage. Like I'm an unofficial member of Diabolical, or was an unofficial member of Diabolical Orange Monkey. So up the side is still technically a band because we've never broken up. Let's see. I'm an honorary member of Imagine, which they're really cool. Plus, I ended up seeing Jesse's checked out quite a bit of my stuff. I've done a reaction review video for him. I've covered. He's a guitar player for Imagine, and then I ended up running into him at Pantera, so we took a picture together. It was a really cool thing. March 30th, the West Point Bowlery, Shadow Sin, Dark, Dark from Day One, Mooncaller, and my homies in Chasing Supernova. They do have a new video out. I am planning on doing a reaction review video for it. So if you haven't checked out Chasing Supernova, you should, because they're awesome. Whole band, love the whole band to death. Have a blast with them every time. It is nonstop, like harassment of all forms with those guys, with that band. Like we're all getting on everybody, like one big happy family, and we all know where the line is, so we don't cross it because we're all friends, and that's uncalled for to cross the line. So when the last time I saw Chasing Supernova, I was at Fecht Fest, and Kyle asked me after their set. He goes, "Dude, how did that sound? Like, how were we?" Like, he was kind of worried that it didn't sound good, and I was like, "Dude, I've heard executions sound better than that." And his vocalist Lindsay is fucking dying laughing. His jaw hits the floor. Like he goes, "How do I respond to that?" And I'm laughing hysterically. And I was like, no, I like told them everything that I thought, how it all sounded, what I thought of it. I thought they did a great job. It sounded tight. It sounded spot on. It looked like they were having a good time, that they were loose because they were moving around. And like it was straight hilarious just seeing his face. He ended up making a post about that. Like, if you haven't checked out Chasing Supernova, do like what Redbeard the hippie said. He's heard executions better, so come on down and see what we sound like. So it's fun things that we all do on the way that we know how to have fun. Oh, there are some more, so we're gonna hammer through some of these really quick. Then we'll get back to my political campaign on how to do cocaine off a hooker's ass. I mean, hasn't been done in the Well, take that back. It has been done in the Oval Office recently. They did find some cocaine like a year ago, but they don't know whose it was, even though an alleged person was walking through that has a history of cocaine use. But that's neither here nor there or hearsay. So we can't go with any kind of speculation or conforming. It could have been a security guard. Who knows? Apparently, they're not doing very good drug tests on these people. Saturday, March 23rd at Pittsburgh, Kansas. There's Rage is My Rival with Sinful and Why Bother. Check out Why Bother. Those guys are awesome. Sinful, I have not had the chance to see them yet, but I have heard good things. And Rage is My Rival. They added a couple members with Sonny B, but Rage is My Rival is always solid. Love hanging out with those guys. Been able to a couple times and had a blast with them. We also have Rod Nora with DSR and Sarcoptic Friday, May 24th. And there's, Doomed something. Doom Their Death. Doom something. I don't know. And that is at Barley Corns on May 21st. Also, May 10th in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Cosmic Eye Brewery. We have Flaw. Oh, they're going to be there. Well, Flaw is going to be there with Gravel, Molten, Chasing Supernova, and Gravestone. They're going to help me out get backstage and hopefully get an interview. So, but I also need to interview two of those, or I'm going to try to get, let's see, there's 5 bands on the bill. I've interviewed one. Hopefully, we can snag about 5. That would be actually kind of cool if we could. And unfortunately, that's a Friday. So, we're going to try to do the best that we can on getting all those interviews. So, hopefully, I stick around and not be too extremely tired. Also, there is Havoc, Ex Mortis, Rotten Aura, and Love Like War, May 15th at the Temple Live. Oh, let's see, how many more of these we got? Oh, already did that one. Nice thing every now and then being able to get a double flyer. We also have Thrash of the Titans, a tribute to the Big Four, performing a special Slipknot set with Molten and Orculus at Maloney's at 162 West Broadway in Council Bluffs. That is April 20th. So if you're in the Council Bluffs, Omaha area, we also have St. Patrick's Conundrum Keg Party in Humphrey, Nebraska with Deja Vu. And that is Saturday, March 16th from 9 to 1. Sound like I could actually do like radio stuff. Karaoke 2.0 at, I am not 100% sure where this is at, but there is a $2 cover at March 23rd. It is at 9603 State Highway B in Higbee, Missouri. Or Misery, wherever you want. Oh, all right. So we're coming up near the end of this. And coming up to the near the end of the Flyers, I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes and starting to run out of energy. And I still have to go get soda because we're almost out because these damn kids drink all my pop. Which reminds me, I have to get food and stuff for my travels because buying food all the time is too damn expensive. Oh, let's see. Is this one of the ones that I have? Oh, this is. Let's see. Festering Fest 420 at Monterey House in Wichita with Rotten Aurora, Zella Colt. Not quite sure. Rage Anchor, Gaslight, Stick Up. Looks like some kind of tribal tattoo I've seen before. Uh, Interroped, and Doomed for Death. It actually looks like a pretty good festival right there. I should make it back for that one. I mean, most of the 420 shows I cannot attend, not because I don't want to, just I don't need to deal with the random unofficial UA at my regular job site. And this one is Partheon, Galdar, Rotnora. God, I wish I knew what Etch a Sketch thing that was. That's Saturday 13th at Barleycorns and Exto something. The downfall of some of these bands is they try to make their name so damn complicated. Put some little parentheses under there. Let us know. Ooh, March 15th at the legendary Booby Trap. We have Oxytoxin and Alkivad. Alkavad. I think that might be the name. I'm not 110% sure. Oh, we have four more flyers to go. And then I will have gotten through all of the flyers again because that is what I have to do because I said I'm going to. We have Cruise Control, Nick Lytle, featuring Trey Billabach. And that is the Down Under Lounge. Not 100% sure where that is, but I think it's in Nebraska. I would guess it's in Nebraska. We also have the St. Patty's Day party, DJ William, the Broadways, and Nick Lytle at the Broke Down Place in Omaha. That's actually a pretty good lineup there they got going on. 8 to 10, 1 to 3. Wait. Oh, maybe. I'm not understanding their thing on this. They have a bunch of different times. Also, coming up at the other side, we got some rap shows going on because let's see, this one is Saturday, April 13th with King ISO, with Lex Bratcher, Tebow the Truth, Uncontrolled Kings, DJ Doc, Royal Music, and Nino Benz, Sky Manor, Nebraska Holics, and To Be Determined. So there might be some more on that one. We also have the Ritz Back for More tour with Simo Ski, Noble Poets, the Bob, and Janice Rain at the other side on March 28th. So now that we have officially gotten through all of the flyers, there's a lot. I'm gonna be kind of worried when people uh start posting more on there than 50. It's gonna take me forever. I have to get like another little TV screen over here so I can post all of it. Copycat. Oh, copycat recipes. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what we were talking about or where we're at on this conversation. Uh huh. Oh, we were finally. Oh, needing some Tylenol. Things are starting to stiffen up. Not in the fun stiffen up way, like the back stiffing up. It's been acting all kinds of goofy since the stupid weather cell moved through. When it went from being really fucking nice outside, where I'm like, oh, I can get my magnets out, I can get my metal detecting gear out, and while I'm in Kansas, I can go do all this stuff and have some fun, and just kind of after the funeral thing, I can just kind of take my time getting back. And now I'm going, you know what? It better be nice out there because I got two photo things and that, and I might hit a show, I might not. I might just take some back roads and just kind of relax and record more goddamn content because that's what I do. Plus, the back roads are way funner to travel. As long as you don't have any issues, you find some cool magnet fishing places. You can find some different places to shoot photos. Find some abandoned buildings to go explore. That make sure there's no trespassing signs because if there's trespassing signs, you can get in trouble. Maybe. Or they'll just ask you what the fuck you're doing and why your weird ass is out here in the middle of nowhere. But I'm starting to kind of run out of energy. It's 7:30. I still need to shower. I would say shit, shower, and shave, but we all know there ain't no fucking shaving here because, well, kind of fuck up the whole name of Redbeard. Plus, I don't know what I'd do if I had like a short beard again. Like it was just growing out like one of them like normal normal beards where people make it look all. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I'm one of those people that's supposed to be a certain way or look a certain way or act a certain way. So I mean, that is what it is right there. I know that I don't look a certain way. I mean, fuck, I'm wearing a bandana and Iron Guts Kelly t-shirt, and I mean, who knows if I'm wearing pants or not? So there's always that option. But yeah, it's lifestyle and everything's starting to kind of catch up. Need to get some sleep, get some soda, see if the kids need food. And thank you everybody for tuning in for my weekly podcast on promoting all the flyers. I also need to make sure I get all those saved in that post made for tonight or tomorrow or something, and all the photos that I need to still work on and get content put out for the next few days. So thank you everybody for tuning in and checking out what is going on. I greatly appreciate you guys taking your time out of your day to watch my goofy ass. So until next week, stay tuned. We got tons of shit coming out.